All right, welcome back, everybody, to Medieval Dynasty. I'm the Bearded OG, and we are sleeping into summertime. I also managed to finish the King's Quest challenge, and we got some new lambs, a piglet, and a gosling. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. So, yeah, I quite literally... Oh, she's got something for us. Okay, I quite literally harvested every single moose spawn on the entire map, and in the very last one I got the very last skull. So we are now finished. Well, we still need to hand it in, but we have all of the stuff for this. And isn't that something I can actually send my wife to do? She might be interested in getting out of the house and going somewhere. Let's talk to her too and see what she wants. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, I was going to actually do this before I slept, but I forgot. We need to get our people back on the fields. Because I had moved them all back over to the animals. So let's go ahead and sort by profession. And then we want 4 of our animal breeders to move to the field. I want to keep the cows going in particular because they're producing milk for us. And, okay, so if we go here and we go to the cow shed. Okay, so Nagislava, we want to keep her on the cows. And then I guess the second most important one, since we have a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 6. Let's keep the second one in the fold so that we can keep going with the wool. And that is Dobrogast. Okay, so Nagislava and Dobrogast we want to leave alone. The rest of them we need to move over to do field work. So Tuzlava, we're going to change you from the goose house to the farm shed. And then Dalemere, same thing. And then Zelibor. And finally, Roberta. Okay, so they are all now assigned to farming. And let me make sure that we have let's see. Let's go to management, buildings, and storages. Resource storage. Want to make sure that we have plenty of hoes. So it looks like we have a total of 7 hoes. We have 4 scythes. And how many bags? We have 5 bags. Okay. So they should have enough tools to at least get started with that. All right, let's talk to our wifey.
Hello, handsome.
Hello, handsome. So how's my beautiful family doing? Not good. The baby has a fever. He's been crying for hours. Uh-oh. Do you think it's serious? How should I know? Babies are a smaller version of an organism I still have no clue about. Can you get medicine for him? I'm worried. Of course. The stranger. Get medicine from an herbalist. Can I just make the medicine myself? Let's see. Our little boy is suffering from a fever. I should get the medicine right away. But I have 2 seasons to do it. Right. Okay, no, I'm going to have to go to a specific herbalist to do this. So if we go to here, it looks like they're going to send me to... We have to go to Gostovia anyways. We have to go to Rolnica. That's the same herbalist we went to last time. I don't know, maybe that's the closest one. Probably because that's the closest one to our village. Okay. Can I also...
Hi, hubby.
I have a favor to ask of you. Could you take this money? We have a debt to pay. Can you inform the herald that we fulfilled the king's request? Okay. I don't know, should I be... I mean, practically speaking, should I be asking her to do that when she's tending to a sick child? Yeah, let's not. I'll do it, because we're going to have to go out and about anyways. Okay, so let's see here. Let's take a look at our fields. These are our poppies. Cool. All right, so I guess the only thing... Are these ready to harvest? Okay, so yeah, the hops are currently in their growing state. Anyway, they'll be harvesting the flax. And our orchard's starting to grow up. That's cool looking. And I'm stuck. That's not cool. And then we have onions that are ready to harvest over here. And they don't actually need tools for that anyway. All right, so they'll be working on these 2 fields, and the rest of the stuff is still growing, of course.
It's unbearable.
Oh, right. I need to get into some summer clothes. And those are all just growing. Let's see here. Let's go back into our house for a minute. So, okay, so right now I'm wearing this gambeson. Let's put our fine tunic on. And it doesn't look like I have a collar of any sort on at the moment. Basic trousers. Yeah, let's put those on. And then we'll do our hat. Is the noble hat? Yeah, see, that's good for winter, but not for summer. And then the thin boots are going to be a little bit better than our iron boots. I don't think the game has non-armor gloves. The gloves are all just armor. And I don't believe I have anything in storage that's going to help me collar-wise with heat. All right, so let's move this gambeson. This is a really good winter. It's got like 16 cold, or plus 26% cold protection, actually. So let's move that into there, and we'll use that for winter. We'll save the noble hat for winter. Obviously, we want to keep the armor with us just in case, if and when, you know, we get into a tussle. And that should take care of that. Okay, yeah, you can see the gauge in the lower left-hand corner moving back, and then it should disappear. There we go. Okay, so we're great. All right, so I guess the plan for the moment is to run and get... Seriously, dude? It's not that hot. To run and get medicine for our son, and then we're also going to go do our turn into the King's Herald. And then after that, we'll kind of see where we are. That looks a little painful. Oh, you know what? We got a bunch of new lambs. So if we look at our fold, we only have 1 slot left. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And you know, I almost wonder if I should have 2 buildings of each. So that way I have a place to, you know, to move the extra animals and keep, you know, eventually get like to full production. Because, you know, we had 3 lambs this season, and if we had 3 lambs the next season, well, you know, where are the other two going to go? They're not, which means we're missing out on that. So, yeah, that's something I'm going to need to give some thought to. What are we doing? We are trying to get to the, I mean, I need my horse, but I thought I was going to do something else. And I drew a blank, so whatever. Okay, let's go get the horse. I'm sure I'll think about it when I'm, you know, 20 miles away from home here. Okay, so let's head up to rural Nika and get this medicine for our son. It's a little silly, though, that the game is making me do this when whatever this medicine happens to be, I could probably make it easily here. I have my own herbalists and my own herbal shed, my own herbs. What the hell, man? It's all right. It's all fun. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to grab my money from our stalls. And we'll do that later. Okay, we need to go to Rolneck. Let's go. We're loaded now, so we can afford to take the fast travel. This way. Hi, Tomira. It's me again. Hopefully I won't be rude to you. I need medicine. My baby boy has a fever. I'm terribly sorry, but I just sold the last one. Couldn't you just make another one? Not until months from now. The ingredients are out of season and my stock is empty. This is unreal. I really need the potion. Who did you sell it to? Some traveler. You just missed him, actually. He should still be nearby. Shit. Okay. Should still be nearby, like here? Yeah. Hello, stranger. What brings you to my humble self? Did you just buy fever medicine from the herbalist? Indeed, I did. I come from a distant land, but even here I don't believe trade to be a crime. Am I correct? What? Yeah, of course you are. I'm not accusing you of anything. The thing is, my baby son is ill and you just bought the last potion that could help him. I see. I would imagine the medicine means a lot to you then. Am I correct? Well, precisely. Will you be willing to sell it back to me? No. What? Excuse me, this is about a child. Oh, I perfectly understand the circumstances, but you see, the coin doesn't bother me. And from my point of view in this transaction, it is me who has what people call leverage. Am I correct? Yes, you are. Splendid. I can already tell you're a person of logic and that we are in agreement about the perception of the situation we found ourselves in. Now, the only thing that's left is to find a mutually beneficial understanding. You are most certainly correct. What do you propose? Prick. Something unusual, something poetic. Do you know how to write by any chance? I don't. Forget it then. It would take too long for you to learn and compose my memoir. Maybe an apple then. You want to trade the medicine for a single apple. Well, it's supposed to keep the medic away for a whole day at least. But this time you are correct, stranger. Nothing poetic about it. What to do? He's just trolling me. Sure. Let's wonder about it even more. Maybe the death of my child will be poetic enough for you. That way the problem will solve itself. Am I correct, dear traveler? Ha! I knew I was going to like you. Isn't a sense of humor the thing that keeps people that connects people the most? Or maybe it's a common enemy. Let's make ordinaries to be ours, fellow stranger here. Let's make ordinariness to be ours, fellow stranger. Here, the potion is yours. Just like that? I was never going to withhold the medicine from a sick child. I'm not a monster, nor a politician. The only payment I was aiming for was a pleasant conversation. This commodity is in very short supply on the road. Thank you. You might just be saving a life. Is there anything I can help you with? Invite me into your settlement. How did you... People gossip and I love to eavesdrop. With those eyes of yours, it's hard not to recognize you. It would be a pleasure to have you join our community. I won't be able to accommodate you in any way at this moment. Well, if I say no, is he not going to give me the potion? And what are his stats? And if I do invite him into my community, is he going to cause us problems? I guess there's one way to find out. I mean, I can invite him and then I'll just have to build more homes. I don't know if I have any more slots. Let's do it. Exquisite. You go rush to your boy now. I'll find my way. All right, here. Let's look at him first of all. Americo. Oh. He's got 6 survival. That's really damn good. And 3 in everything else. This guy's actually very good. You know, by way of comparison, right? All right, so what should we do with him? Let's, do I have a place for him? I don't. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do is build a house for him. I would like to assign him survival, which could be herbalism, as a matter of fact. I mean, for the moment, I could just put him on a well, I suppose. But I think that just levels production. Is there somebody... Actually, hold on. Let's do this. Let's look at our fishing hut. Even though that's under hunting, survival is the thing that governs it. So this... Okay, this Herald guy... Let's see what... Maybe we could move him to something else. Herald. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta go this way. Herald. Okay. Yeah, see, he's not really all that good at anything in particular. So we could move him to gathering water, just so he has something to do. Even though I just, just put a bazillion buckets of water in the thing before I started. So yeah, let's move him to the wells, or one well. Doesn't really matter which. How about this one here? Okay, and then we will put Amerigo to work in the fishing hut. So now he's got a job, and we're just going to have to get him a house. In fact, because he is so valuable, we should probably just go straight back home and do that right now. Plus, we have to get the potion to our son anyway. So let's go back to the village. We'll do the Herald turn in after we get another house built for this guy. Okay, let's get the potion to our son. Where are they at? Here we go. Do you have it? Yes, here it is. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll help. We'll see. Trust me, have a good thing and everything will be okay. Okay, so that just got Ludo's affection completely maxed out again.
Hi, hubby.
So where does it show her affection? I don't know. Because her affection's not the same thing as her mood. Her mood's, just her overall happiness. Whatever. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, we've got to get a house built now for Amerigo. So let's do that. I'm basically just going to add another house along the shoreline. That's my plan. This whole entire, northeastern shore is going to be houses all the way around. And maybe even, starting to go around there eventually. But that area over there will be more, for more village expansion. At least that's the plan at this point. Okay, so we're going to be, unfortunately, we're going to be out of build range. So, wonder if it would be worth my while, even if it's temporary, to build another storage unit over here, just so, it'll be in range of all the, the new houses that I have to build. We could even just make it a basic storage unit too. That seems to me like that would kind of make sense to maybe do that. If we built it, say, right in this area, would it should reach far enough to build houses from there and, halfway, and then go halfway that direction too. Let's see. Yeah. Why don't we do that? So I'm going to put that then We have to hold it back a little bit. So we could maybe put it right here. I don't really want to cut all of these trees. I want to keep it forested as much as possible. This opening could potentially work. Yeah, I think this little clearing here is where we'll do it. Okay, so let's get this out, and I'm going to need to make myself a new hammer here in just a little bit. So we want storage. And I mean, if we're going to do this, we might as well do the high-tech one. We've got plenty of material. So, yeah, let's just... Oh, no, that's food storage. I need normal storage. So I'm... Ooh, okay, it would fit there. Let's set it down. Because as we go this way... I don't know, I have a feeling like that might end up being in the way of the houses that we put along this side. Yeah, I think we need to push this back a bit. So that means these trees here are going to have to go. I'm just, like I said, I'm concerned that that's going to be in the way. Let's put our shovel down here. And we'll take out these two trees and the stumps. And then we'll see what it looks like at that point. You know, something else that has occurred to me too is I really should just always have at least one extra house available. So maybe I'll probably just end up building two houses. Okay, so we should be able to push this back a little further now. So let's get our hammer out. And we'll take this out here. And then we'll put a new resource storage. And then go back. Yeah, this is much better. Okay, now I want it to kind of be facing the lake shore. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, I will get this put together. And then, here's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to cut the camera. I'm going to get this resource shed built. And then I'm going to build probably two more houses. We'll put one here and then one across the way in the usual fashion. And then when that's finished, I'll bring you guys back and we will go turn in our Herald quest. I know I could have, Ludo do it, but we're kind of role-playing that she's still taking care of our son, who's hopefully now on the mend. Plus, I just want to kind of see what happens when we turn it in ourselves anyways. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we're back. And I've got the two new houses built here and fully upgraded, insulated. Putting the storage shed here made that job so much easier. So, I mean, it was a lot of work to build this, but then these two houses I was just able to pop right up with no issues. And the next several houses that we build that stay, of course, in range with the storage will go up very quickly too. So that's definitely worth doing. Those of you who've been playing this game for a long time and didn't have, the pull from storage option in the past, probably was a big pain in the ass when you really started expanding, I'll bet. Lots of trips back and forth, loading up your horse and yourself with all the stuff. But yeah, it's really nice that we have that feature. Okay, so I think our next order of business then is to go turn in the King's Herald quest. And one of the things that I have been thinking about, I got some kind of weird bug where this villager decided to go to sleep out here on the road, so I don't know what the hell's up with that, but in particular, Also I got 2 points in extraction. Let's look at that real quick. So what does this do? Faster tree cutting, faster mining and digging, slower stamina consumption during extraction activities, slower durability loss on pickaxes and shovels, slower durability loss on axes. I still do a fair amount of tree cutting. At least, if I'm in a place where I need to build a new building and I don't have storage, because then I just go cut the trees myself. So putting more points into that would make sense. I don't do any digging at all. I leave that up to my miners. Aside from taking stumps out, which is only a one-shot thing anyways. Faster mining would be useful, except for I don't really do any mining anymore either. Slower stamina consumption. That's not ever really been a big deal. What's this? Extra items while digging. Again, I don't dig much. So I guess durability loss. Here's a question for you guys. Excuse me. When it says slower durability loss on pickaxes in particular, but anything, does that just apply to me, or does that also apply to the villagers too? Because then the tools would last longer for them. Let me know in the comments how that works, if you don't mind. Okay, so I'm thinking faster tree cutting. So let's just max this out. I think that'll come in handy. Okay, so let's see. Oh, what I was going to tell you is, or talk about, is that we need linen thread for other things besides making linen cloth, right? So if we go to here, by the way, this guy got all the way up to minus 88% before I finally got the house built. But now he's going back the other direction, fortunately, but that kind of was a bit of a close call. So that's why from now on, I want to make sure, that I have extra houses always available, because that would have really sucked to have lost him, like big time sucked. Oh, wait a second. I just realized something. Oh, no. He's a diplomacy guy, not a survival guy. Oh, no. Okay. All right, let's do this and let's look at, I think I have one person in a stall that she's not very good. A male. No, it's not her. She's really good. Tool stall. He's really good too. All right, hold on a sec. Am I looking at that right? Imislav. Yeah, he's like 7. And then, and Balduina 7. So yeah, no, we don't want to remove them. We could set up a third stall. I mean, we're eventually going to do that anyway. And in that third stall, we could maybe start selling clothing. But we'd have to, we'd have to, or we could have a couple of tool stalls going. One thing that you guys told me in the comments, just based upon the way that the code works in this game, is that it's better to have more buildings with less items added to that building so that the workers will make more of it. So for example, let's say you have a production, this is how I understand it, right? Let's say you have a production building. Let's look at the smithy as an example. Okay. So with the smithy, I've got 2 workers and I have a bunch of different stuff that they're all assigned to. So I would be further ahead to have 2 smithies, because the smithy itself doesn't cost me anything other than the materials to build it. There's no well, there is actually a little bit of upgrade, but I think that's infinitesimal. So if I put one of these workers in their own building and basically moved half of these jobs to that building, then we're going to get twice as much production. I think that's what the rationale behind that is. But is that really true, though? Maybe it should be more like we build a second smithy and we assign 2 more people to that smithy and then split the jobs in half, and then we get twice as much. It seems to me like that would make more sense. Maybe that's what was said to me, and I'm, my brain's just trying to process it. So, all right. Anyway, let's go back to services for a minute. The tool stall, what's the tool stall doing? It's only doing one thing, and it's making us money, like big time. So we could do a second tool stall and have it sell just one item. The food stall, if we look at that, so I'm selling, selling 3 items here. But we're out of flatbed. The salted fish meat makes us a lot of money too. If we did clothing, now that we have wool production and we're going to have a decent amount of linen. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong place. Okay, let's do this. Let's look at the sewing hut. So right now it's just, I just have it set to make the intermediate material. But I don't want to use all of my linen thread to make linen fabric, because linen thread is itself a material that, well, I mean, it's needed for other things. So is there a way that I can automatically tell the workers not to use all of this, to always keep, say, like, 30% of it or something? If the answer is no, then that means I'm just going to have to, I'm either going to have to keep a little stash of it away from, the main storage, like in my own storage in my house, and then just use it when I need it. Or we just have to make sure that we're producing more linen thread than the linen fabric would use up, which is probably, that would be the way you would have to automate it. It would just have to figure out what those ratios are. I can definitely see that this game's going to get more and more complicated, from the city building management aspect as time goes on, as we grow. And I like that. I mean, I think that's really cool. Trying to figure it out is going to be fun. So, but anyway, back to selling. I haven't really looked at it, not closely anyways, what would be some good stuff to sell clothing wise. So that's going to take a little bit of looking at. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and go turn in our King's Quest, King's Challenge first. And then we'll kind of see where we are in terms of, the rest of this episode and go from there.
Hello there.
Hello there. There he is. Okay, my informers tell me that our king's new hunting lodge has just been completed. Do you have the requested trophies? The finest ones. They will surely compensate the king for his loss. Okay, we got 600 Dynasty reputation for that.
I had a dream in which
And is that all we got for it? We got a lot of Dynasty reputation now. If we go, where is the thingy that shows knowledge, technology, management? Isn't there a thing that shows my relationship with the king? Okay. Well, I'm sure he's happy with us for doing all that. I hope so. My God, that took a long time to do all that stuff. I mean, we got a big chunk of Dynasty reputation from it. So, you know, that, if nothing else, I guess, was definitely worth it. Huh. Okay.
we all had green diamonds above our heads, and we were talking gibberish.
I envy you, simpletons. It's easy to be happy when you don't realize how miserable you are.
It's easy to be happy when you
With great power
don't realize how
comes great
miserable you are?
responsibility, and the king seems
Oh,
Okay.
doing
it's you
just
again.
fine.
something to think about.
Want to see my wares?
Are you the... Yeah, you're the gift lady. Okay, my wife likes alcohol. So, I haven't figured out really what other types of things she really likes. I know she really likes alcohol, and they don't have any there, so
So long.
any of that wine stuff or whatever it is. Okay, so let's head back home.
How can I help you?
And we'll take a look at what types of clothing items we can make and see if we can make a determination as to what's going to be worth selling. And we might, I don't know, we might need to do this almost seasonally too. I mean, wool is year-round, but flax is not. So they've harvested all the flax already, and I'm assuming they've harvested the onions. And now they're in the process of replanting the fields, it looks like. Cool. Okay. Let's stop off at the storage unit too. We'll just go to the one that's in town and see how much coin we have. Oh, another thing you guys generally said, because I had asked a question in the previous episode, should I keep doing, you know, the bronze and all that, or just go to iron? And I had 2 or 3 people respond, and I think the general consensus is that I don't really need to keep doing, you know, copper and bronze stuff. However, I could if I wanted to, you know, to continue selling those products. But I guess my, you know, and I didn't get a clear answer because I responded to some of that, and I said, well, am I going to be further ahead though to have all of my miners just focus 100% on iron, so that way we can make more iron product and sell it for a higher price, versus having them spend some of their time mining copper and tin, and then, you know, our smiths spending some of their time making the cheaper tools. Yeah, sure, we can sell them too, but are we going to make more money doing it that way versus just selling more iron? And I don't know, because I don't really know how the AI works, the AI buyers of our stalls works. If, for example, they have a cap of how much product they'll buy, just, you know, an overall cap, of no, sorry. Let's say there's a cap on how much iron product they buy, and then there's a separate cap on how much bronze product they would buy. In that case, then it might be worth still doing bronze and iron and then setting up more smithies and adding more miners and so forth. But if they have just, if they'll just buy a certain amount of whatever in a given season or by day or however that works, and it seems to me like we'd be further ahead just to focus completely on iron. So, yeah, I really don't know exactly how that works. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just focus solely on iron for now. And we'll process the rest of the copper and tin into bronze, so we have bronze bars available if we need them for any reason. But I think we're going to go full iron, moving forward, at least until or unless I find out it's better to go the other way, because we can always change things up and add more buildings and that sort of thing. Okay, so with that being said, then let's go to extraction. Let's go to our western mine, and we're going to remove edit assignments. We're going to remove copper, tin. Yeah, we're going to remove copper and tin from that. We'll have them continue to get salt because we need that for making salted fish, which makes us a lot of money. Okay, so let's accept those assignments, and then we're going to beef up iron ore massively, up to 90%. One thing I need to look at is, are we able to keep up with enough salt? Is salt considered? Yeah. Yeah, see, I've got plenty of salt with just them being on, gathering 10% of that. So I think that's a good number. We could even arguably drop it down a little bit, but let's just keep it at 10% and iron at 90%. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our smithy, edit assignments, and we're going to remove copper, tin, bronze. We're going to remove bronze axe, bronze knife, bronze hoe. Okay, we're going to keep iron pickaxe. We're going to remove bronze scythe. Everything we're going to just do straight up iron from now on. Of course, we need to still do fishing spears too. Yeah, see, all of that stuff I wouldn't have. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it worth it to produce elite stuff and sell it? It could actually be. It's something we might look at later on. Right now, I just want to focus more on just our needs, and then let's say two products for sale. Okay, so obviously we want to smelt iron bars still. And then we want to make iron knives for selling. Okay, bronze. Actually, All right, hold on. I know I'm a little wishy-washy here. Let's get all of our tools assigned. So we want iron hoe. We have iron pickaxe. We want iron scythe, iron shovel, iron shearing scissors. We got fishing bows. I'll make, if I need new bow or arrows or anything like that, I'll make it myself. Though I have heard arrows are worth making and selling too. So I think that covers all of our tools. Oh, and iron axe, right. Okay. Okay, so let's accept those assignments. And it has also been suggested to me not, to either have smelting in a separate smithy or just to do all the smelting myself. We could try that, I suppose. Yeah, let's try that. And if it seems like I'm having to come back here and smelt iron all of the time, then I might change that. So right now, I'll handle all the smelting. Okay, so we got our pickaxes, axes, knifies, hoes, scythes, shovels, shearing scissors, etc. So I would think that, you know, something like shearing scissors, we're not going to need a ton of those, so let's go 5% on those. The things that are going to be used the most are the, you know, the pickaxes. So let's do 10% on pickaxes. The axes, let's do 10% on axes. Hose. Let's try 5% on hose and we'll see how that goes for the hose. Hose. We'll do 5% on scythes and 5% on shovels. And I seem to be okay with fishing spears. I haven't had a problem so far. Of course, we've changed things up a little bit, so the ratios have changed, but we'll just leave that on 3% for now. And then we could put the rest of the effort into making knives for selling. However, I'm going to do that right this moment, but I want to check a couple of things. Okay, so let's confirm intensity. Now, if we go here, and we go to tools, and we go to iron tools. So, to make an iron knife, it requires 2 bars and a stick. 2 iron bars and a stick. And it sells for 440. Okay. The sickle is a log, which is more expensive than a stick. And it sells for the same amount. The scythe is 4 bars and a log and a stick, and it sells for double that, though. Okay, that could be all right. The hoe is 1 log and 2 bars, sells for 440. So that's not as good as the knife. Again, this is all for the purpose of selling, right? Because the knife is 1 stick and 2 bars for the same price. The shears. Ooh, okay, so the shears only take 1 iron bar, and that's it. And it sells for 210. That could be worth selling. Horseshoes take 2 iron bars. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so horseshoes sell for the same amount as knifies, 440. But they only take 2 bars. They don't take sticks. Not that sticks are a big deal, but still. Now, here's the other thing that I'm assuming, because I don't know, is that the demand is just equal for everything. In other words, if I put in 50 horseshoes or I put in 50 knives, they're going to buy all of them. If that's not the case, let me know that in the comments too. But then how in the hell would you know what the demand is? Is there some way to measure that? Okay, iron hammer sells for 430 and takes 2 bars and a stick. Axe sells for 880, but it takes a log and 4 bars. Pick sells for 880, takes a log and 4 bars. Shovel sells for 860, takes 2 bars, 2 logs, and 1 iron bar. All right, so based upon all of that, and again, assuming the demand, it doesn't matter. They'll buy whatever you put up. The horseshoes seem like the best product to make for selling. 210. Yeah, because this doubled would be 220 for 2 iron bars. This is, I'm sorry, 420. This is 440. So this is still better than those. Okay, let's look at something else. Let's go to, let's go to weapons, and let's go to iron weapons. So 10 iron arrows. Oh, no, you see, okay, so this takes... All right, wait a minute, though. It says it sells for 50, but is that per arrow or is that per stack? Because if it's per arrow, then that's 500 coin per stack. Bolts are the same. Let's see. So we're In this case, we're looking at 2 iron bars and 10 feathers and 10 sticks. So it's the same. All right, so bolts or arrows are the same. But I want to look at something here. Let's go into our own inventory. I'm pretty sure that this price is per bolt, not per stack. And the reason I think that is because we don't even have a full stack of bolts. We only have 7, but it still says it's 50. Okay, so let's assume then...
Hail to the king!
Iron weapons. Let's just look at bolts, because it doesn't matter if it's arrows or bolts, right? So for the cost of 10 feathers, 2 iron bars, and 10 sticks, we can sell bolts for 500 coin. Per batch. Considering the fact that that takes 10 feathers and 10 sticks,
I know not
we're only getting
60
more coin compared to the horseshoes. But we're adding 10 sticks and 10 feathers to the mix. That's probably worth it, I would think. I don't know that it's better than horseshoes, but it could be at least as good, right? Now, here, let's actually look at the other weapons, too, while we're at it here, right? So, an iron crossbow would sell for 1530, but it would require a log, 6 thread, 1 leather, and 4 bars. So, you know, in terms of the iron itself, that's not a big deal. We have tons of leather. Linen thread would be a thing we'd have to watch. That's good money, man. Holy shit, 1530. The spear
May the forge be with you.
only sells for 610. And it uses wool thread, which would be more sustainable than linen because we'll have wool year round. See, now that's not bad either because that only takes 2 iron bars. I don't know, though. The sell price on this is still 1530, which is more than double the sell price of this. So I don't know that that's really that good. The dagger is 1 bar, 1 leather, 1 log, only for 210. Yeah, so the horseshoes would kick the shit out of that. The iron sword sells for 410. 2 bars, 2 leather. Yeah, the horseshoes are better than that. A battle axe sells for 380 and takes 2 iron bars. Nah. The pick sells for 410 and takes 2 iron bars, 2 leather, and 2 logs. The mace. The mace sells for 410, takes 2 iron. Yeah. I think it might be worth it to sell crossbows. Holy shit, man. I mean, here again, though, what's the demand? That's the thing that I don't know. We need to learn this anyways, because I need to, I'm going to need to make another one for myself. So let's go ahead and buy it. Should I set up a second smithy and have... Here's what I'm actually thinking. What if we set up 2 more smithies? One smithy's dedicated to just making the tools that we need. One's dedicated to making crossbows, and one's dedicated to making horseshoes. And then the crossbows and the horseshoes we sell. I'm kind of liking that idea. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to build 2 more smithies. I'm going to need 4 more people to run those smithies. Yes, it's just my brain is just like firing off on all cylinders and then some because there's so much potential here, It's just fun. I love it. Okay, yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 2 more smithies. I'm going to hire 4 more people, so 2 per smithy. One of the smithies will be dedicated to making horseshoes. The other one will be dedicated to making crossbows. I might forego or severely turn down the making of linen cloth because we're going to need the linen thread for the crossbows. I don't think I'll stop that entirely, but I want to make sure we have plenty of extra linen thread and that we're not using all of it for linen cloth. So let's, you know, at some point we will get into selling clothing, but that's just too much for my brain to think about right now. So for now, we're gonna just make this 10%, and we're gonna bump this up to 40%. Also, I should be able to... Oh, we got to go to the barn. Yeah, that's right. We got to go to the barn and turn the... or harvest the flax stalk. Or process it. I'm sorry, process it first. So we got to go thresh that. And then I'll probably just end up making all of the thread myself. And then just keeping an eye on it. All right, guys. So, here's the plan. 2 more smithies. 4 more people for those smithies. I think we'll start with 1 stall, and we will move our new rock star dude. What was his name again? Amerigo. We'll move him to that stall to sell, and then I'll find somebody else to put back in the fishing hut, and then we'll see how things go. So I think that's going to be the plan. But that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share the video, and we'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.